So it's not really just I'm going to lose my phone and I can't make calls. I'm going to lose my life.
You know, when you think about it, we have everything. We have our bank accounts. We have our password. We have so much, our contacts. So when you lose, it's not like losing your wallet with 40 bucks. It's really like losing your life.
You have 40 bucks? Wow, they pay you well.
No, really, I tell you.
Sorry, go ahead.
And it's because it can cost you up to $850, $900 to replace a phone. So
because you're in the middle of your contract.
If you're in the middle of your contract, believe me, and if you don't have insurance, it's going to cost you. So
now a lot of people don't even know that you can get insurance, or they don't even think about it. They think it's another cost. Where do you come in on that, Jeanette?
Well, here's the thing. With insurance, I mean, it's I'd say on average about $7 a month more. You do have a deductible. I found that on the major carriers, the highest deductible on a smartphone was almost $200. This is what was very interesting to me. When you get a replacement phone, it's not a new phone. Most of the time, it's a refurbished phone.
Interesting.
So you're not even getting a new phone.
Right.
That said, they keep you with your contract. If you don't have insurance, you're going to have to buy a new phone, or you can buy a refurbished phone, but that's going to cost you up to $500 depending on the carrier. So you're going to be out some bucks.
There are other things you can do, though. Let's say you do lose your phone, because I mean, we are forgetful. I mean, we're always carrying it with us, saying it down.
You're talking to the girl that, trust me.
All right. So this is a very personal story for you.
Yeah.
But how, people say, should I or should I not activate that Find My Phone app, like on your iPhone at least? I know it's there. I'm sure it's there on Androids as well, probably.
Right. So a lot of them do have this Find My Phone app, and I think it is helpful. Mm-hmm. I think it can help you find that. It's definitely worth it. Some of the carriers I spoke with actually have things that you can instantly erase all of your contacts. You can lock it up. The thing is, my advice is when your phone is lost, assume it's stolen.
Right.
Just assume that and immediately call your carrier. Because what's interesting is some carriers will actually try to charge, have you pay the bill if someone does find the phone and start making international calls. They can say you're liable, but actually in some states you're not. So just immediately, if you can't find your phone, just act as if it's stolen.
So the first call you should make when you don't have a phone to make a call with is to your carrier.
Go
find a landline.
Go to that thing that's a landline,
what is that?
the rotary.
Yeah. So in terms of also, I mean, a lot of people lock their phones with a code.
Right.
I assume people can get around that, though. People thinking, oh, it's safe, it's locked. I can eventually hit the Find My Phone app and go find it. But
that's not always the case. I mean, there are ways around this. I'll tell you, there's a huge actual black market out there for phones that are lost and then stolen. And actually, it was interesting. 60 million phones a year are lost or stolen in the country.
That's amazing.
That's a lot of phones
just wandering around there, and most of them are in Grand Central Terminal. I have seen them there. When I was looking for the leather jacket, I lost. All right, I digress. So also, just in terms of the contract you have with your carrier, can it vary? I mean, should you go back and read the contract and see if you have any wiggle room?
Well, they're pretty tight.
They're tight.
They are tight. It's an unregulated industry, so they basically regulate themselves. You can try. Here's the thing: if you're close to an upgrade, just see if you could borrow a friend's phone, even if it's an old flip phone or what have you, until your contract is up, so that you can do an upgrade. Because you're going to save the most money if you can wait for that. That said, if you're in the middle of the contract, and you don't have insurance, you have no choice but to try to buy a refurbished one. If you're going to buy a refurbished though, or a phone from the internet, try to go to one of the carriers. I wouldn't recommend buying it off of like an eBay or a Craigslist, because you don't know where those phones came from.
No, that's a good point. Any last tips?
Just basically hold on to your phone, have a place, and keep everything backed up. That's the other thing, all your contacts, because, our life is in that little thing like that.
I know it is there. Your pictures. People don't even think about it. But if you lose, I did lose my iPhone, or at least I thought I did.
Right.
I didn't have it locked because I thought that was going to be a pain, and then I thought, my God, my pictures, my email, my this, and then I found it, but I was panicked and it taught me a lesson. So
in the column, it'll hit in Sundays, the Sunday edition of the Journal, and then also Monday online at MarketWatch, and we broke down for the major carriers what your responsibilities are.